Imagine burning through 8,000 to 15,000 naira worth of fuel every single day just to survive Lagos traffic. That means some Nigerians are now spending over 300,000 naira every month on fuel alone. Not rent, not school fees, fuel. But here's the crazy part. While some cars are swallowing fuel like generators during blackout season, a few others are quietly delivering almost double the fuel economy on the exact same roads. Same traffic, same fuel stations, same Nigeria. And the owners of these cars, they're spending far less, visiting filling stations less often, and quietly laughing while others complain every week. In this video, we're breaking down 7 fuel-efficient cars that are secretly winning on Nigerian roads, the ones that can survive bad traffic, bad roads, and brutal fuel prices without draining your account. And trust me, the car sitting at number 1 is not the car most Nigerians expect. So, watch till the end before buying your next vehicle. And if you enjoy smart car content that actually saves you money, hit subscribe now because this list might protect your wallet more than your mechanic ever will. Number 7. Toyota Corolla E11/E12. You know this car. Your uncle had one, your secondary school principal had one, the NEPA official in your area drove a faded gold one in 2009 and acted like he owned the world. The Toyota Corolla is so Nigerian at this point, it should be on the naira. But here's what people forget. This old Corolla, the 1.3 and 1.6-liter versions, they are still some of the most fuel-efficient cars on Nigerian roads today. We're talking 10 to 13 kilometers per liter on a good day. On the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway with a calm driver, some owners are reporting 14. That is not a joke. That is a car that respects your wallet. And the engine. The 1ZZ and 3ZZ Toyota engines in these models are almost legendary for their durability. Spare parts everywhere. From Ikorodu to Wuse Market, you can find Corolla parts at midnight if you know the right person. But wait. Before you rush to go and buy one, there's a truth you need to hear. The older Corollas, many of them have been beaten. The suspension has been punished by Nigerian roads. The transmission, especially the automatic ones, can start giving trouble if the previous owner didn't service it properly. And because everyone knows Corolla is popular, some dealers have started using that reputation to cover up problems. Also, air conditioning. In Nigerian heat, your AC will be running 90% of the time. That adds to fuel consumption. With the AC on full blast in traffic, your 13 kilometers per liter can drop to 9. Still manageable, but know what you're getting into. The Corolla is an honest car. It won't lie to you, as long as the person who sold it to you didn't lie first. And that brings us to number 6, because this next car, it almost destroyed the reputation of Japanese engineering in Nigeria, almost. Number 6. Honda Civic 2001 to 2005 models. In the early 2000s, it was the car of the young, smart professional, the guy who just came back from abroad, got a job at a bank, and didn't want to look like he was struggling, but also wasn't ready for a big SUV. The Civic was the answer. And the fuel economy on these things, genuinely impressive. The 1.4 and 1.6-liter D-series engines in the older models can give you 11 to 14 kilometers per liter. Some people are squeezing even more out of them with careful driving. For a daily driver in Lagos, that matters. Honda also built these engines to last. In theory, the VTEC system gives you good power without killing your fuel, and the body parts reasonably available in the market. But then, reality entered. The Honda Civic has a fatal weakness that Nigerian roads have been exposing for 20 years, and mechanics will charge you dearly for it. The suspension geometry on these cars was designed for smooth roads. When you start hitting potholes at speed, and you will hit potholes at speed in Nigeria, whether you like it or not, the lower control arms, the bushings, the tie rod ends, they begin to suffer fast. Some Civic owners report spending more on suspension repairs in 1 year than the car cost them. There's also the question of which engine variants you're getting. Some of these Tokumbo Civics arrive without their original engines, swapped before export. You think you are buying a VTEC and you end up with something else entirely. Check the engine bay carefully before you pay. The Civic is not a bad car, but it requires a careful owner. And in Nigeria, that means it's not for everyone. Now, number 5 is going to surprise you because this car has been quietly dominating fuel economy conversations without getting much credit, and it's not even Japanese. Number 5. Volkswagen Polo 2002 to 2010 9N and 9N3 models. Yes, I said Volkswagen.
I know what you're thinking. Volkswagen in Nigeria? This guy wants me to go and die? But hear me out, because the data doesn't lie, and neither do the Uber drivers in Abuja, who have been using these cars since 2018 and are still running. The Volkswagen Polo, specifically the 1.4 and 1.6-liter petrol versions, deliver some of the most competitive fuel economy you find in this class. We're talking 12 to 15 kilometers per liter under the right conditions. The engine is compact, efficient, and when it's healthy, it is genuinely satisfying to drive. The car is also built with a solidity that the Japanese economy cars sometimes don't match. Body panels are thicker, the interior feels more premium, and on good roads, or even on moderately bad ones, it handles with a confidence that surprises people. Some Abuja Bolt drivers have confirmed this. Lower maintenance costs on fuel compared to some Toyota competitors, and the car handles the long, straight roads between Abuja and other cities very well. But here is where the Volkswagen story in Nigeria gets complicated, and I want you to listen carefully because this is important. Volkswagen parts in Nigeria are not everywhere. When your Polo needs a specific sensor, say the MAF sensor or a throttle body component, you may be waiting weeks sometimes. Import it yourself or pay an agent. And when Nigerian mechanics who are used to working on Toyotas try to diagnose a Volkswagen electrical fault, my friend, that's where your money starts disappearing into thin air. But if number 5 surprised you, number 4 is going to cause serious debate because this next car has fans who almost worship it and critics who say it's a maintenance trap. Let's find out who's right.
Number 4. Toyota Yaris. 2005 to 2011, the Toyota Yaris. Small, compact, easy to park in Ikeja traffic when everyone else is crying and sweating, and quietly, one of the most fuel-efficient options you can find on Nigerian roads right now. The 1.0 and 1.3-liter engines in these models are almost absurdly economical. We're talking 13 to 16 kilometers per liter in real Nigerian conditions. Some careful drivers in Abuja, where the roads are kinder, have reported even better. For context, that's almost double what some SUVs are delivering. You are basically paying half the fuel cost of your co-worker's Ford Explorer every single week. And because it's Toyota, parts are everywhere. Engine reliability is high. The mechanics in your area, even the ones you are not sure about, at least know how to handle a Toyota engine. That familiarity saves you money. And because the car is small, the AC system works harder to cool a tiny space efficiently, which paradoxically can affect fuel economy more than you would expect when Lagos is sitting at 35 degrees. Also, status pressure. This is Nigeria. Some people have been asked by relatives, is it this small car you bought? As if fuel efficiency should embarrass someone. Ignore them. Your bank account doesn't care about status, but you need to be mentally prepared for that conversation. Now, this is where things get really interesting, because this next car was once called the king of fuel economy in Nigeria, and then something changed, something nobody expected. Number 3, Honda Fit or Jazz, 2007 to 2013 GE models. The Honda Fit or the Jazz, depending on where your Tokumbo came from. This car has a cult following in Nigeria, and I'm not exaggerating. There are Honda Fit owners who talk about this car the way some people talk about religion. They will defend it, they will argue for it, they will share fuel economy screenshots in WhatsApp groups with captions like, "Your SUV can never." And honestly, they have a point. The Honda Fit's 1.3 and 1.5-liter iVTEC engines are engineered for real-world efficiency. This car returns between 12 and 16 kilometers per liter. Highway, even better. It's almost unfair. The interior space is also a magic trick. Honda's engineers did something special with the layout. You get more usable space inside a Honda Fit than you would believe from looking at the outside. The back seats fold flat, you can carry things, you can be practical. It's not just a car for one person commuting, it can actually work for a small family. Parts availability has improved significantly in the last 5 years. Lagos markets now stock Fit components regularly, and while it's not as common as the Corolla, a good Honda mechanic can handle it. But, and this is where I need you to pay attention, the Honda Fit has one secret that Nigerian roads eventually expose: the CVT, the continuously variable transmission. Many of the automatic Honda Fit variants that arrived in Nigeria use a CVT gearbox, and CVTs are not the friends of Nigerian roads. They are sensitive, they don't like being overloaded, they don't like overheating, they do not forgive neglect. When a CVT fails in Nigeria, you are not going to find a cheap fix. CVT fluid changes, which Honda recommends every 40,000 kilometers, are often skipped by previous owners who didn't know or didn't care. By the time you buy the Tokumbo, the CVT may already be on its last breath, smiling at you like nothing is wrong.
Some mechanics call it the CVT time bomb. You never know when it will go off. So if you are buying a Honda Fit with an automatic transmission, insist on a proper CVT fluid check before anything else, and budget for the possibility that it's already been compromised. Don't say I didn't warn you. And if you think the CVT issue was dramatic, wait until you hear what's been happening with number 2, because this car, this beautiful, respected, quietly dominant car, has been dividing opinion in Nigeria for almost a decade. Number 2, Toyota Prius, 2003 to 2009 NHW20 models. The Toyota Prius. Some of you just reacted. Some of you said yes out loud. Some of you are already nervous. And all of those reactions are valid because the Prius story in Nigeria is complicated, beautiful, frustrating, and ultimately surprisingly compelling. Let's start with the numbers that matter. The Prius is a hybrid, petrol and electric working together. The 2003 to 2009 models with their 1.5-liter engines combined with an electric motor can deliver fuel economy that makes every other car on this list look ordinary. In real Nigerian conditions, mixed city and highway, owners report 18 to 22 kilometers per liter. Highway, even better. It's almost unfair. Think about that for a moment. While the guy next to you in his Camry is spending 25,000 naira per week on fuel, a disciplined Prius owner might be spending 10,000 to 12,000 naira for the same distance. Over a year, that difference is enough to pay school fees, buy a decent phone, take a flight. Uber and Bolt drivers who switched to the Prius, especially in Abuja and Lagos, have talked about how it transformed their profit margins. Less fuel, more money in pocket, simple mathematics. So, the Prius is an extraordinary car for the right owner. Someone in Lagos or Abuja, someone willing to service it properly, someone who has checked that the battery is still healthy before buying. For that person, it is the most economical private vehicle you can own in Nigeria right now. For the wrong person, someone who just wants cheap transportation and will ignore warning signs, it can become the most expensive mistake of their motoring life. Now, number 1. I need you to understand something. Number 1 is not the most glamorous car on this list. It doesn't turn heads at the fueling station. Your mother-in-law will not be impressed. Your village people will not know the brand. But number 1 has been quietly, consistently, almost stubbornly winning on Nigerian roads. And the people who know, they know. Number 1, Suzuki Swift, Alto, or Desire, 2008 to 2015 models. Suzuki. I know, you weren't expecting that. Some of you are already typing your disagreement in the comments. That's fine. Let me make my case. The Suzuki Swift, Alto, and Desire, these cars have been doing something extraordinary in Nigeria for years, mostly without fanfare. No big marketing, no celebrity endorsements, no Instagram posts, just quietly, consistently saving people money. The 1.0 and 1.2-liter K-series Suzuki engines are masterpieces of small displacement efficiency. In real Nigerian conditions, we're not talking about test tracks. We're talking 3rd Mainland Bridge at 7 a.m., Bega Interchange, Enugu Expressway. These cars are reporting 15 to 20 kilometers per liter. Some keke drivers who converted to the Desire Saloon for tricycle alternative routes are reporting fuel costs so low their colleagues stopped believing them. Dispatch riders and small business owners who switched to the Alto for last-mile delivery are reducing operational costs significantly. The engine is also simpler than you'd think. Fewer complex systems, less that can go wrong catastrophically. Basic service, oil changes, filters, plugs is cheap and accessible. And because the engine is small, even basic Nigerian mechanics can handle the fundamentals without destroying something. The cars are also light. Lighter cars use less fuel. Simple physics. And the ground clearance on the Swift and Desire, while not 4x4 territory, is respectable enough for moderate Nigerian roads. It's not trying to be an off-road vehicle. It knows what it is.